All right, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our curriculum awareness night and course registration event. So the purpose of today's event, this meeting rather, is to kind of bridge the gap a bit and to engage parents and families in the life of our school and in decision making as it relates to our curriculum opportunities for students. All right. So tonight, you have me, Dr. Williams, the principal, and you have Mr. Brown, our assistant principal, who will be facilitating the meeting tonight. We hope we can move through this as succinctly as possible and give you as much information as possible. This meeting is being recorded, so you will have access to this at the close of the meeting. And for those that registered, we're also going to send out the materials, the PowerPoint from today's session. All right. So we're going to get started. This is a session to discuss our learning options for our 8th to 12th grade students. And there's some material in here as well for, general middle school knowledge so that you'll know exactly what to do. If you have students in grades 6 and 7, you'll see, the basic flow of our course curriculum guide, and you'll also get the course registration information. You'll notice that this year we are starting rather early. Normally in the springtime is when we kind of move forward with getting students registered for classes, but we want to get an early jump on it so that we can, kind of get ahead of the eight ball with some things, but to also ensure that we keep you all updated and that we engage you in the decision-making processes as well. So you are fully aware of our curriculum opportunities and what lies ahead with dual enrollment and some of the other opportunities we have for students. So we'll move forward.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Brown, if I haven't had a chance to meet you all yet. For those families who've been with us for 1 or more years, a lot of what we'll discuss tonight is a review. That being said, there are some significant changes to specific courses or progressions, so I'd encourage you not to tune out. I'll try to highlight those as we go through. And as Dr. Williams said, we're going to try to push through everything succinctly this evening to get you back to your evening with your families. So my job tonight is just kind of give you an overview of where you can find information. As we enter the course registration process, it's important that you know about our curriculum Bible here at Rainey-McCullers. That's the curriculum guide. If you've never accessed that before, I'd encourage you to take a moment and scan this QR code. The slide deck that you see tonight will be sent out tomorrow morning as well. All these links will be active and will take you straight to this about 35 page document. Inside, one of the best tools that I can point you toward is our course progression. This is broken down by content area, so you can see from 6th through 12th grade what the options are for your child here at this school. One thing Dr. Williams said earlier was that some of what we'll discuss tonight is kind of geared towards our 8th through 12th grade students and families, and that's absolutely true. But for our 6th and 7th grade families tonight, it's important for you to be thinking ahead. As you enter the magnet process going into your 8th grade year, we want you to be considering Rainey-McCullers because we have a lot to offer here in terms of advanced courses where your child can still specialize in their arts area. Another view that you have of our progression in the math, science, English, and social studies departments is our 4-year course sequences. These are for our high school students. These are color coded. These are updated each year. There's a specific spot in the curriculum guide that you can get to those. Here's a top-down look at a few of our honors and AP courses. We want you to know what we have here in the building. This is mainly looking at our high school offerings. Currently, per the changes to district and state progression, we don't actually have any honors courses in ELA. We do have AP courses, but we do not have any honors courses in English language arts right now. There are several options in mathematics, science, world language, and social studies, though, and you can get a full breakdown of those again in our curriculum guide. We often get a lot of questions about what AP courses Rainey-McCullers offers. I'm pleased to share that we're continuing to add to our portfolio of AP classes. This coming year, we will be offering AP Chemistry for the very first time. Our science department chair, Ms. Manning, has already been gearing up, getting ready to teach that course. And we've made some adjustments to our high school science progression to allow for students to take that course at some point in their high school career. Um, the full list of AP courses, again, is in the curriculum guide. That's going to be a line I use a lot tonight. Go look at the curriculum guide. It's there for you to read. But this is also our full list right here, updated for this year. You'll notice we also have AP courses that are in our fine arts areas as well, whether that be visual art or in the music area, music theory. It's a very popular one that we are now offering every other year on a rotating basis. As we go through tonight, if you have questions, you should be able to pop them in the chat. I'm not seeing anything so far, but feel free to jump in there. And if I don't see it, Dr. Williams will jump in and answer the questions while I'm talking, and I'll do the same for him when it's his turn. Again, thank you so much for joining us. If you're just hopping on, we are recording this, so if you missed anything at the beginning, feel free to watch back the recording that we send out tomorrow morning. Dr. Williams, we're ready for dual enrollment.
All right. Dual enrollment offers a rather unique opportunity for students in high school to take college courses. And the two colleges that you see listed are the colleges that we have the partnership and the memorandum of understanding with students engaging in dual enrollment opportunities. So we do offer a virtual platform for dual enrollment. Students are not able to leave campus, will not be allowed to leave campus to take courses at the respective universities, college universities listed. The reason for that is that scheduling is a problem. Our schedule, because we deliver instruction through a 4x8 AB block schedule, our schedule will not allow for us to have students on campus and off campus because the times simply just don't align. So what we've done is to ensure that students have the opportunity to take the college courses and get the credit, toward a degree program. We've set up classes or pods in the building that give students the opportunity to take these classes online. Many of them are taught asynchronously during the school day. All right. So, Columbus State University and Columbus Technical College. Now, the advantage to dual enrollment is, there are multiple layers in the advantages to dual enrollment. The first is that the student who enrolls and meets the requirements to get into Columbus State or to Columbus Tech when they meet the requirements, they give them the opportunity to take up to 30 college credit hours at no cost. Again, if they get admitted. The student is expected to be independent, and the parent and student are the ones that are principally involved in ensuring that the student is successful because they are in part a college student. So there are not any parent conferences, there are not any progress reports, there are not any, phone calls to check in with the teacher or anything like that. Once you get accepted to dual enrollment, you sign the dual enrollment agreement and you start with the process, and you get admitted. When you get into courses, it is your responsibility, the student's responsibility, to make sure that they are successful in the classes. We just provide the venue with very limited support. Okay. This is a great thing because parents and students, this takes 30 college credit hours out of your pockets. All right. Absolutely free. And the college credits show up on the transcript along with the grades. Now, it's a gift and a curse. The gift is that the student does well, they get an A or B in the course. Okay, fine. 4.0 GPA, 3.0, 3.5, whatever GPA is going to be. But if the student gets an F in the class, the F is on their transcript, and that transcript with A, B, C, D, or F in college will follow that student from Columbus State University to wherever they transfer. All right. So it will show up on there and it will be factored into their grade point average. So it's important that just are aware of the full picture as it relates to how it can impact on the positive and on the negative, if the student is not as successful as we hope that they will be. There's extra weight assigned to the high school transcript for advanced level courses. So you see the traditional GPA scale listed here. A is a 4.0, B is a 3.0, C is a 2.0. MCSD does not do D's, excuse me. They do F's, not D's. All right. And you get no points or credit, of course, for having the F in the class. You have to retake that course. All right. So the honor scale, you notice, is a 0.5 push-up. Okay. So you see that the honor scale gives an A for honors classes at a 4.5. Okay, so there's a zero point 0.5 boost to the GPA. And then in AP classes, dual enrollment courses, the students get a full point boost. All right. So what you'll notice here is the Hope scale for AP and dual enrollment. The scale that you see here is a scale that's used by Hope for consideration for the scholarship. Okay. So you know the scholarship takes care of in large part or in whole the college for students, college tuition for students that are at in-state schools. Does not go outside of Georgia. But what you see here is the GPA scale for Hope Scholarship, and students also have to ensure that they take courses that meet the Hope rigor requirements as well. All right. So I've shared with you some of the benefits already of dual enrollment, but let's kind of give some more focused attention to what we're kind of talking about here as the differences and the benefits of honors classes, AP courses, and dual enrollment courses. All right. Honors classes are not, they don't have any more standards than on-level classes. No more standards. All right. They don't add more content to the pot. What they do is what happens is that the courses are taught at a faster pace. The rigor is at a much higher level. And the idea is that it prepares students for advanced and AP, primarily AP level coursework. All right. The advanced placement program, and for the size of our school, I'm proud to say that we do have a rather robust AP program. And I'm also proud to share that we've been an AP Gold and AP Silver Honor Roll school for quite some time. The DOE has designated us as an AP Honors Access School, and they've given us unique recognitions for our performance on AP classes on the AP exam. So, that said, it does give a college level experience. All right. So College Board is all about access, access, access. And College Board is also the group that handles the SAT. Okay. So while students are able to take the courses, the AP exam is what kind of gives them the edge in terms of getting credit, college level credit for the courses. To be very clear, all colleges and universities do not accept AP classes. It is not a true thing that if a student takes AP classes that they will be accepted at every college or university in the United States of America. That is not true. Majority of them, yes, but it is incumbent upon the parent and the student to do the necessary research to determine whether or not they will be accepted. Those credits will be accepted. Um, yeah. So whether or not those credits will be accepted and whether or not the students will get credit for the courses that are offered at the university. I say that because in some cases, for example, this is not may not necessarily be a real thing, but for certain programs, science requirements, okay, may be required based on your program to be taken at the university that they are enrolled in. Okay. So if that's the case, the university may not take an AP biology and an AP biology exam score. They may require that, hey, if you are a pre-med major at NYU, not necessarily a real thing, I'm just giving an example. If, for instance, then they may say to go to our medical school or be in our program, we want all of our students to take their science courses here at this university. Will they take AP classes? Very likely not. So please make sure that you do the research to ensure that if you are taking these AP courses and you do take the exam and you're successful on the exam, that the college that you are interested in going to or the colleges you're applying to do take AP courses and they do give you the college credit for the AP classes. All right. Dual enrollment is different. Dual enrollment is the opportunity through the Georgia Finance Commission for students to take college courses and get credit for them on a college transcript on the state of Georgia's dime. All right. So they're actually going to be college students taking college courses. As I shared before and noted here in the PowerPoint, the exposure to real college expectations and majors, college expectations is the big piece right there, right? Because again, there's no principal, assistant principal, or counselor that's going to handhold any of the students. When they get into dual enrollment, it is where the rubber meets the road, is the students putting in the work and being successful in the course just as they would in college. And parents, of course, supporting the students and motivating them to be successful with very limited or any support from the actual school environment. Okay. All right. So here we have the Magnet Requirements and Student Parent Compact. Those of you that have been here with us for years, you have seen these documents, okay? This year there are only a couple of adjustments made, but for the most part, the document is the same every year. All right, this is included in the packet or the course registration process, and we keep these documents or acquire these documents from everyone. So every student, parent, family has to have these completed as a student here at Rainey-McCullers. And what it does is pretty much outline the expectations, in detail of what a student should be able to do and is held accountable for and the expectations they should meet. And it also shows, hey, as a parent, if you have a student here, here are our expectations for parents that have students here at the school as well. All right. So all students and parents must sign. We expect, of course, that all of our students maintain an 80 or better in their arts major course or in a 70 or higher in all other classes. Arts major course is not the same as an elective course. So if I am an orchestra major, if I am a dance major, it is expected that I'll have an 80 or higher in orchestra or dance. This is no different than saying when you go to college and if you are a chemistry major and you apply to go to medical school at the Medical College of Georgia or at Morehouse School of Medicine, they say, well, what is your science GPA? And the expectation is that your science GPA is typically higher than your overall cumulative GPA. So if you're coming here for the arts, the expectation is that, hey, when you come in to study, you come to an intensive program and we want you to have an intensive grade point average and performance level and devotion to the arts, just as you would if you were going to college and would study in science and intend to go into a high level professional program in science afterwards. Okay. Of course, the rest of this is self-explanatory. Obey the rules, follow the policies that we have here, and we outline the process for academic probation for students that don't meet the academic mark. All right. This is a work agreement, advanced coursework work agreement. This includes AP courses, honors classes, advanced classes, anything that is above on-level courses. This gives the expectations of what students are to do and what parents are to do in terms of engaging and supporting. We are expecting that when students get into class, that they are in the class, that they will commit to being in the class. So this is why we're giving you opportunity to make some of these decisions well in advance, and you'll also have the opportunity to verify the decisions that you make and make changes before we start to build out of the master schedule process. All right, so Mr. Brown is going to talk us through some scheduling and scheduling reminders.
As we close out this evening, we're going to go through what our course registration process looks like for this year, and I'll give you a preview of the portal. But here are a few reminders that I say every single year for those of you who are new to us. You've only heard it one time, but you'll hear me say it every single year. Um, we are a little bit ahead of schedule, which is fantastic. I'm glad that we're able to go ahead and collect the course requests now. That verification process that Dr. Williams was just talking about will take place in the spring semester. For that, just so you know, we're a little bit at the mercy of central office this year. They've had some changes, and so we cannot get it into Infinite Campus quite on the timeline that we would like, but we will let you see those course requests so that you can sign off on them before we do that build out of the master schedule. Once that process is complete, though, it is very, very difficult for us to make any more changes because we have to go ahead and start making decisions on which classes will build and which classes will not. At that point, we will not be able to make any additional changes until the fall when we return in August. And that is then the schedule change request process is only for error correction. So again, please make sure as you go through with your family during this next week, as you do the course registration process, please take your time. Please read carefully in the curriculum guide. Please choose and rank those electives in the order that you would like to have them. And then when you get the chance to review those courses that you chose during that verification process, please make sure that you're diligent in striking through anything that needs to be corrected because that will be your opportunity to do so. After that, we have to start building. This is the part that I say every single year, and I still get many, 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 many questions in the fall. Electives. This is a tough one. If I could, I would wave a magic wand to give every student the electives that they really, truly, dearly want, but that is not the case. Because of the constraints of building the master schedule, we do have to make some concessions. And there are going to be times when too many students want a particular class, or because of there are not enough students to have a particular class, and we have to make decisions to close or kill a course. That's considering the needs of our building, right? The 7 grade levels that we're servicing, the 9, really 10 now arts programs that we have. There's only so many things that our master schedules can support. And so while we do guarantee your math, science, English, and social studies and your 2 major courses, we cannot guarantee that you will get the electives that you really, really want. So we do our best to get as many students as possible in those. That's why we ask you to fill out those elective requests, and we give you additional slots to tell us what you would like. So if we can't get you into that first one, we do our very best to get you into one of the others. All right, the moment you've been waiting for, the portal. The link to the portal, as well as the slide deck and the recording from tonight's session, will go out tomorrow morning. But I want to take a moment just to show you what this will look like. For those of you who were with us last year, this is an updated version. Dr. Williams, can we still see the share screen with the portal now?
Yes.
Excellent. This is an updated version of what we had last year. Last year, there were a few little kinks and little hitches we had to work through, but by and large, we were very pleased with how the course registration process went. We were able to more cleanly capture the courses that you said you wanted. And then it made it a better process for our counselors as they put it in the system. So we're continuing on with using this platform called JotForm. There's a portal that you'll get a link to tomorrow. All of the links here for our course registration documents are right here. Please note, it is important that you select next year's grade level. Please do not click 6th grade if you're currently in 6th grade right now. This is for the 26-27 school year, so you will be selecting 7th grade. If you scroll further down, you'll see I have a direct link to the Advanced Coursework and Student and Parent Compacts. That's for your review. You don't have to go there and sign it right away. Once you finish your course registration document, it will prompt you to go and sign that anyways. So that is just for your review if you want to go ahead and take a look at it. There's also several direct links to the curriculum guide here in the bottom. Because it's a big document, I gave you direct links to the course progression, the 4-year course sequences, the placement guidelines. That's where I would encourage you to spend a significant amount of time, especially if you're a high school student trying to figure out, do I qualify to take this upper level course that I would really like to take? Make sure you are currently earning the required grades or that you have the historical Georgia milestone score so you can be placed into that class. We did mention it tonight, but just as a review, our teachers go through a separate process simultaneously. They'll be really doing this in early January, where they are recommending students for exceptions to whatever general rule we have. So for example, all 10th grade students typically take this particular math course. We've already preloaded our 10th grade class into that section or into that course. Our teachers come behind after and they say, okay, based on the placement criteria, based on the student's request, these students would like to get into this class, and they come behind us and they say, yes, this student can be in here, this student cannot. That's all reviewed by me and Dr. Williams as well. And then if everything aligns, we make those changes to get the students in the correct requests before the build out begins. Again, there's multiple reviews, multiple passes. I just want you to know that your teachers are also going through this process right now to ensure that you are getting the recommendations you need to be in maybe some of those upper level courses. All right, let's look at one example and then we will answer any remaining questions and sign off for the evening. Let's look at a middle school and a high school. I mentioned 7th grade earlier. So let's say you're currently a 6th grade family. Next year, you will be in 7th grade for the 26-27 school year. So you'll pull up this, this first page here. This is just giving a preview of what the PDF looks like. You'll click the blue button that says Start Filling, and then this is kind of walks you through every part of this form. As you go through and answer the questions, it will, oh, you forgot one, right? And make sure that you go back and fill everything out. Make sure you're selecting your student's major. As you go down, you'll notice some things are already pre-selected because there's only one course option for some of our grade levels. Down here, this is probably the most important section. Middle school families, listen up carefully. If you have not looked at the curriculum guide, go look at the curriculum guide and check out these electives. You might be wondering, What is underwater basket weaving? Well, if you go look in the curriculum guide and then check out the course catalog, you'll be able to learn what underwater basket weaving is. That is not an actual course that we offer, but maybe someday. Um, Students will select their four desired electives in order of preference. And then at the very bottom, notice this is especially important if you are incoming for our new families that we've never seen before, or if you've maybe had a major change, you have some previous experience in a different arts area, you want to make sure that you get in front of that new arts teacher to show them, hey, I've got previous experience. I don't need to be in that beginning level class. This question right here is for that placement audition. Please fill this out so I can get your name to our arts teacher so they can follow up and check on your skills to make sure we're placing you in the correct class. That's a seventh grade example. Let's look at a rising junior. Same deal. The high school form is a bit longer, so you can scroll down and go ahead and see those options, and then click the blue button to start filling. There's some more things that are involved here because for a junior, you would have been finishing your sophomore year, which means you now qualify the summer after your sophomore year. You can begin taking dual enrollment courses. So down here, you would select if you're doing dual enrollment, Columbus State or Columbus Tech. Again, there's more options. Notice the asterisks. Those are upper level or advanced level courses that require some either teacher recommendation or placement guidelines. So guess where you have to go to look for that? The curriculum guide. I knew you knew that one. If only we had our mics off, I would have just heard everyone yelling, the curriculum guide. No doubt. At the bottom, you'll notice high school students as well. You've got your list of electives. Last year, there were some questions about science courses that students really wanted to take that were not listed. I believe we've made those corrections this year. So if there's some desire to double up in a science area or in a math area, that is a possibility pending the appropriate recommendation and the appropriate year. These elective lists that you see are customized to the grade level. So if you are in a rising ninth grade or rising 11th grade, you're going to see a slightly different elective list based on your grade level and your year, what you qualify to take. All right, so my last thing here is to explain how the dual enrollment and the course registration process work together. And then we'll turn it over to Dr. Williams, see if there's any last questions that have not been answered in the chat. The dual enrollment application and enrollment process runs simultaneously with course registration here in the building. That being said, if you have not yet been accepted for summer or fall 2026, then during the course registration process with us, you will go ahead and plan for your either on-level or upper-level advanced course that you would be taking here in the building. So as you go through that process of registration and then acceptance with the university, you will be in touch with Dr. Thomas. If you've not been reading the counseling, monthly counseling letters and newsletters that go out, please make sure you're doing that. Dr. Thomas just put together a fantastic one for December and explained some of the upcoming deadlines for dual enrollment. So please make sure you're in touch with her. As you go through those deadlines and get things accomplished, she and I work together on the back end to flip over your request or the course that you've been placed in from whatever you were planning to take in the building, which is likely required for graduation, to then be your dual enrollment course. So it's something that happens behind the scenes at the same time as course registration. So again, if you've not been accepted, please do not go into the course registration and say, well, I'm taking this dual enrollment and that dual enrollment. That's only for those who've already gone through that process and been accepted, and they are already in with the university. Okay. Again, Dr. Thomas will be pushing out more information very soon. She may even hold a separate meeting related to dual enrollment, but I will let her reach out about that. She was planning to be with us tonight, by the way, but had a unavoidable conflict. So she will be in touch with everyone in the coming days as you get to the grade level that's appropriate for dual enrollment. All right, Dr. Williams, how's the chat looking?
I'm keeping it cleared out. All right, just answered one question. I'm not seeing anything else here. So We are at 6:29, and I hope that this has been informative for everyone. I think this is a more clear-cut way to deliver information personally and to engage you all so you don't have to leave your homes and step out in the cold, or if it were raining or what have you, step out in the rain and get wet. So this is great. Glad you all joined us and glad you all signed up. We will follow this with an email out to everyone that registered with the PowerPoint presentation, the access point to watch this video, and you will also receive the course registration materials that Mr. Brown mentioned here. All right. So it is now 6:30. Time for you all to enjoy your families and
Oh my
your
God.
evening. Because you tired of hearing me talk. You might enjoy Mr. Brown, but you're tired of hearing me talk.
I'm not any better. Look at that, 6:30 on the dot. Good
All
work,
right.
boss man.
You all have a good night. Thank you all very much.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.